Hello, I'm LorenaCA4Video studying Fine Art in the 4th year of Willem de Koning Academy. I come from a family of creative women. My grandmother is a painter, ceramist, and archivist with a love for collecting all things opera and Goethe. My mother is an ambitious businesswoman with a soft spot for ceramics and sculptures. She paints too and says that if she wasn't a human, she would be an egg. I come from one place, but I've lived in another place, same as my parents and the parents of my parents. Built on a kind of nomad default, I've grown flexible in my belonging. My works come from a lineage of creativity and lack of home. They propose connections for unlikely neighbors, building links of living and non-living. In every work I bring in the art of symbiosis, of living in mutual benefit with each other, with sculptures, poems, with corals and lemons, with us and them. These past 3 years have taught me to play with matter and subject matter. I've learned to felt with a machine, to screen print, to curve steel and handle silver, to glaze well, to melt glass into jewelry, to make zines and websites, varnish paintings, and use the popcorn stitch. The list goes on, but what this handcraft and design skills have showed me is to promote and establish my works, if it is by selling or applying for open calls, building my portfolio to present my practice, my language and values, my mission as an artist, or to devise future ideas. At this point, I feel like I've shown the things that I've made and thought of being finished. But I think the undone can sometimes show the core of one's practice. I have collections of all sorts of things hidden away, unable to get rid of them or finish them yet. I've learned that some things need time to develop, need rest, and maybe even need to be forgotten and found again. I have collected coated pebbles, smooth by shallow swells, glazed like sugar cookies, and kept for 6 months now. I've sprinkles of colored petrol, tiny, unwanted, everlasting guests on our planet. In hopes to protect, I gathered them, yet to turn them into fake colonies of plastic corals found by the sea. One summer I found these in front of my house, aching in agony. Dying on the pavement, I could not leave them there. With rice, they now rest in a bottle. One day they will last forever, governing in epoxy tears. Surrounded are the edges of these small pines. Something urged me to keep them as they laid bountiful in the park. Maybe merely the joy of picking. I have white foam hardened by the clenched of my fist. Some things born on an island. No shape fascinates me just as much. I've kept these collections around, waiting for their time to shine in the future. So, what does the future hold?
But in our walls, dreams can desire. Haven't you heard tiptoes for the taking?
I hope to build a practice that connects social and environmental help, to move away from isolating consumerism mantras and find ways of being nurturing to one another and our planet, creating proposals that vary from sculptures, costumes, workshops, interactive installations, performances, audiovisual stories, or poems, incorporating writing as a constant companion of my work. I want to see what I can build in Rotterdam after graduation, using all the momentum and connections that I have built up. I plan to do a 3-month residency at the IBB in Curaçao, which is a preparatory art course for young adults, to gain a portfolio for applying to art schools. The campus is in a psychiatric hospital and allows for a judgment-free zone of interactions. I seek to travel between my established networks and places that I have lived in before, like Barcelona, Frankfurt, El Salvador, Kampala, Uganda, or Uruguay. To find ways to revisit places of my childhood and introduce myself into the art scene. I will commence my master's in fine art a year or two after graduating, pushing myself to a very good master's to be around very ambitious alumni to learn from them. I'm looking at schools in Oslo, Berlin, and Vienna.
Shaping that what cannot be.
I'd like to tell you about some people that inspire me and who I look up to. First one is Lisa Rav. I love her way of connecting art and environmental care. Like her workshop and movie We Are Ocean, or the project of the film on Europium. Next is Bianca Bondi and her installation works. She allows salt and water to become new inhabitants and creators of environments. Fusing the boundaries between inanimate objects and forces such as crystallization of salty water. It's a clever way of talking about living on this earth, combining nature with man-made objects. Lastly is Janine Verloop and her ambitious glass creations, always seeking to make the immobile mobile, and comment on our culture of overproduction and overconsumption. As I'm starting to learn the art of lampworking, I feel very drawn to her works. It seems to push the boundaries of tradition and new technology. I also see her Rotterdam-based career path as a great inspiration.
You ought to breathe out too.
I'm very grateful for the past 4 years and all the projects and people that I've come to meet. I have already started with my graduation process, visiting the Children's Art Lab every Saturday and researching about extinct plants, combining social and environmental work. And if I will learn as much as I've learned in the past 4 years in the next 4 years, I really cannot wait and see how it will turn out.